Anxiety is the rumination of thoughts and ideas that continue to propel in our mind and affect us in our day-to-day. They hinder us from completing simple tasks, forming the relationships we've always wanted, to go out of our homes, and even be the person that we've always wanted to be. We consistently think, are we good enough? Is what we're doing enough? Just overthinking through things that causes us to stay stagnant in life. And I definitely understand where you all are coming from, as I myself have had times where I've struggled with that as well. It's something that we all struggle with for sure in our life. One of the things that I've found is that anxiety stems from the aspect of being overly attached with our thoughts. When we attach to our thoughts too strongly, we let them define who we are as an individual. So let's say, for example, you say, I'm not good enough. You continue to ruminate on that idea. The thoughts continue to get stronger and stronger. You get more examples in your mind that reaffirm that you're not good enough. And that continues to propel you on this onward spiral in your mind. And I feel like that's something that slows us down from doing what we've always wanted to do. Something that I found so beneficial is when we create that space between ourselves and our thoughts. Creating that space and creating that observation of our thoughts rather than being attached to our thoughts allows us to be not so involved in them dictating who we are and how we react to things. So if the same example of we say us saying to ourselves that we're not good enough, rather than saying that, we can observe it from a distance and then question that thought. Why do I think I'm not good enough? Is there truth to it, or am I overstating it? Because what we will realize is that we're most often just overstating that idea and ruminating it to the extent where we've gone to believe it. Because we've done it for so many years over time that now it's becoming our identity of who we are. So slowly piecing away from that allows us to regain our identity and regain who we are. And that's what I found so beneficial for myself. And I think one of the practices that have helped me is meditation, and even just the aspect of just putting my thoughts on a piece of paper and writing, is this true? Why is it true? And then providing examples of when this has been true and when it's not been true. Because this creates some form of logic to your thinking. Because we over emotionalize the thoughts that we have, and that makes us think illogically at times about ourselves. And I think that's something that really is important to understand, is that when we truly dissect the thoughts that we have, we can deconstruct them to such an extent that we get to know ourselves better. We get to know, where did the root issue of this thought come from? Where did it truly arise from? And it's just doing these practices over and over that helps you over time. Another thing is that has helped me is I've actually used this method that Tim Ferriss has actually talked about in one of his videos. Is basically the concept of separating your technological devices to the extent that you provide yourself with separation in how you handle them. So I know that's a lot that I said, but like, let's say you have all your social media apps on your phone. Usually if our social media apps are on our phone, we're more likely to use them. And if we're more likely to use them, then we're more likely to doom scroll, look at all the things that are going on, and then that propagates anxiety as we think, oh, are we good enough? I've seen all these other people do all these amazing things. And it's not healthy for us if we do too often. So what I found beneficial is when I go on my phone, I don't have any social media apps. If I want to go on my social media, I have to use my laptop. So I kind of separate that. So I'm putting in effort to use that social media. That effort allows me to have that separation. So I'm not just like unconsciously just like going on my social media. I'm more intentional. Like if I'm on my laptop, I'm like intentionally looking to go on social media because I want to look up something or see something. I'm not just going on there because I feel anxious or I want to just do something just because I have to. So I think that's something that's really helped me in my life is creating that separation in my external world, because when you create external separation, your mind kind of thinks through things differently. Because for me, when I started doing this, and I've been doing this for a while now, I don't unconsciously just look to go on social media, and there's also less anxiety in my life because of that, because I don't find myself scrolling through social media endlessly. If I want to look up something, I'll look up something. I think that's something that's really important to realize as well, is when we do things unconsciously, it reaffirms our anxiety, because anxiety is basically something that we've done consciously over time, and now it's become an unconscious reflex. So you're just thinking and having thoughts occur just off of just because they're happening. And being more conscious and aware allows you to have that way of really, like I said, questioning through things. So I'm hoping that this video allows you to think through your anxiety, rethink about how you handle anxiety, and find better practices to approach anxiety so that you can find yourself living a more fulfilling and healthier life. Hope this video helps you, and be sure to comment if you have any stories that you'd like to share that other people could find beneficial as well. Thanks.